I want to bring in our investigative reporter, Tom Winter, who is joining us now on the phone. Because, Tom, we have some new developments here on that shooting we've been covering at FSU in Florida here, with 6 people at least hospitalized. And now we're getting word of somebody in custody?
That's exactly right, Hallie. The Tallahassee Police Department confirming to NBC News that one person is in custody at this time as a result of the shooting incident. Earlier today, we saw some video shared on social media of an individual being placed into shackles while they were in the back of an ambulance. Unclear if that is the same person that the Tallahassee Police Department now says in custody, but they are confirming that one person in custody. As you mentioned, 6 others have been confirmed to be taken to the hospital, 1 in critical condition, the others in serious condition. And on top of that, Hallie, the Florida State University has just announced that all classes of business operations are canceled through tomorrow. They said that essential employees should check with their supervisors for further reporting instructions, and they said that all athletic events in Tallahassee are canceled throughout the weekend. So that's at the main campus of FSU. So that's the latest as we have it. We have been told that there's no indications at this stage that this is looking at an incident, some of the types that we've seen before, where we're talking about 20 or 30 fatalities and some of the truly horrific things that we've seen. However, certainly for the 6 that are hospitalized at this hour, obviously this is very tragic for them and for their families and those that witnessed it. So in no ways are we trying to minimize this at all. It's just yet another time where you and I are speaking about what is truly a difficult incident.
Tom, to be clear, have police indicated, do they believe that this individual in custody is the only individual that they are now looking for as it relates to this active shooting investigation?
Right. So there are no indications of a second suspect. No information has been put out as far as who they're looking for or if they're looking for an additional person. The way that they're kind of at this stage going methodically classroom to classroom is typically a sign that this is probably starting to wind down as far as looking for any other individuals. And I think if they were looking for other individuals, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement or Tallahassee Police would be putting that information out. You know, frequently, Hallie, there's a lot of confusion, very understandably, when these types of incidents happen and people see a person running one way or the other and might confuse that individual as the second or third shooter. It's really been very, very rare over the last now 30 years or so that we've seen an incident that's had multiple shooters. That's just not typically something that we see in a mass shooting incident or even in terrorist attacks. It's just very rare. So we're always very cautious when we hear those reports because it's not something that we've typically seen. And as I mentioned, there's nothing yet from law enforcement that indicates that they are looking for any additional people at this time.
Tom, before we let you go, what have we heard from witnesses here, folks who were on campus when this happened, about how this went down?
So apparently this incident happened around noon Eastern time today. That there were reports of a shooting incident that occurred. You know, something that has changed, and obviously the fact that we're talking about this is even difficult, I think, for some people to fathom. The students that are at Florida State University now are so used to active shooting drills, are so used to preparing for a day like today, that everybody just kind of goes to much the way that, you know, you and I growing up would deal with fire drills. It's the same exact thing these days. And so the understanding is that everything kind of went into place once these alerts went out. These colleges now have, in the case of Florida, it's FSU Alert, Emergency Information and Instruction. So they put that out on social media. They have a dedicated website to it. That was something that was born out of another mass shooting that I covered, which was the Virginia Tech shooting. It's no great way to notify students on these big schools campuses. So that's where we initially got the word on it, and now just the details kind of trickling in. We do know that there's going to be a briefing with members of state law enforcement, local law enforcement, and presumably state officials and politicians what time that is occurring. I just was communicating with somebody that's working on that, and they say that there's no time yet. They're working on getting that information to us.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.